If you feel stuck with this issue that you have, whatever the issue may be, and I'm going to give you some examples, this video is for you. Stuck. So many people feel stuck with low self-esteem, low self-confidence, feeling anxious all the time, self-conscious, overthinking, ruminating about the past, anxious about the future, resentment built up, even depressive thoughts, procrastination, self-sabotage, some sort of irrational fear very often, or even limiting beliefs of I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, these things will never happen, it's too late, I'm too old, what if I can't pull it off, what if I fail, what if it's going to be too hard, something like that. And it could be many other things. Stuck in grief, right, where a person, no matter what, they can't overcome grief, and it's been years. I want to share something very, very important with you about that, because number one, before we even get into it, oh yes, you absolutely can overcome this easily and effortlessly. And here is why. Even if you have already done everything, especially if you have already done everything, okay? And here's why I'm saying this with such certainty and confidence, is because, and by the way, when I used to hear these words in the past, I felt very intimidated. And here are the words. Susan, I have already done and tried everything. I still feel stuck with this issue. And when they say I've done and tried everything, the laundry list that I would usually hear is I've been to therapy, I've been to psychologists, I've been to psychiatrists, I have been medicated, I have been diagnosed, I have been labeled, I've been to EMDR, I have done Reiki, I have done astrology, I have done energy healing, I've done massages, I've gone to retreats, I did ayahuasca, I did mushrooms. I mean, the list is really endless. I don't want to bore you, but I think you get my point. Hiring coaches, business classes, right? Signing up to expensive courses, and reading all the self-development books, all the self-help blah 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 videos, which again, I'm not saying these things are good or bad. It's not for me to say. The point is, when I hear that somebody has already jumped through all kinds of hoops to help themselves and none of those things have worked, that's a problem. That's a big problem. So anywho, so when people come to me and they tell me that they've already done and tried everything in the past, I was a bit intimidated, because first of all, I'm like, wait a minute, these people have been to doctors and very highly educated professionals. I've never even gone to college, but the big difference is that I actually know how to help these people, and I help them create lasting, rapid, powerful, and positive change. So how is that possible? Rapid, lasting, positive, and powerful change. Even after, right? So here is how this is possible. And this is, I feel so privileged that I get to do magic with my clients every day. Alchemy, like literally helping them change fast and showing them the best part. Here's the best part. I'm not the one who's so amazing. Like, I'm not the one who makes the change. I mean, I am amazing at doing what I do. But I show my clients that they have the resources inside of themselves if and when they're willing to do the work. Because yes, this does take effort. This does take attention. This takes a certain mindset, and the mindset has to be willing to learn, willing to self-discover, willing to look deep inside you. And if you are willing to do that and invest a little bit of time and energy and attention into yourself, this is gonna work for you. So again, this is not about I need to fix myself and I am broken, because there is no such thing as broken. As a human being, nobody is broken. Nobody needs to be fixed. What I invite, the real work that I recommend is self-discovery. And that's the difference that makes the difference. Now here's the other thing. Yes, all of those modalities, therapies, interventions, whatever you want to call them, that people traditionally typically try, and again, I'm not here to say whether they're good or bad. Are they working for you? Have they been effective? That should be the question. And if somebody goes to therapy for months, years, or even decades to help them fix their depression or anxiety, and even after all this time, they haven't changed, their life hasn't changed, that's a concern to me. Like, that's not okay. What are we doing? Why are we going back to that? And I was stuck in that cycle myself. When I first got into this work, I had my own issues, big ones. And I thought, oh, therapy, that's what everybody does. That's what's recommended. Yeah, let me try it. And yeah, it didn't go so well. Let's just leave it there. Or at least, again, nothing wrong with my therapists. They were great and very compassionate. And we talked about my problems to no end. But my life never changed. I never changed. And so that's when I discovered hypnotherapy. And that's when I learned, wait a minute. All of these other modalities, they talk to your mind, which is good, which is important. It's a good start. The mind is conscious, logical, right? We talk to the part that is the logic, the reasoning part of you. But the difference that makes a difference, hypnotherapy, or shall we say the urban method, because I can only speak on behalf of my process, talks to the part of the mind that controls the mind. And that's a massive, mega difference. And that's why people often walk out of my office, whether it's virtually or physically, it's all the same. Very often, even after just one session, changed. Especially when it comes to something like, for example, an irrational fear or phobia. When people have fear of driving, fear of flying, fear of public speaking, that's an easy one. That's like breadcrumbs. I eat that for breakfast. And that's not to mock. That's not to mock this person, because this is a big problem in a person's life. Their life is held back. They're not able to enjoy the quality of life that they could because of this fear. It's overwhelming. And very often that person is left with shame and guilt and self-blame and self-criticism, and their family makes fun of them. What's wrong with you? You should just calm down. It's no big deal. Everybody can do it. And this is not fun. When again, hypnotherapy is the thing the difference that makes a difference. So if you are feeling stuck in your life right now, whatever that stuck might be, and you can't get out of your own way, which is another phrase I hear a lot, or my favorite, if you know in your heart, in your head, in your gut, that your potential is like, you are capable of so much more. You literally have the ability, like, you know it, and you're playing small, and you feel stuck, and you're watching the world from the sidelines. You're stuck in your comfort zone, especially then. We got some work to do. And when you do this, you will be so glad you did. You will be so glad you did. Because all of a sudden, and here's the other thing, so many people think they need more self-discipline, they need more motivation, they need more willpower. No, not at all. You just need to know how to get in control of yourself, literally. And talk to the part of the mind that controls your mind. And once you learn how to do that, it's called self-hypnosis. And yes, this is why I call this magic. I call this alchemy. I call this self-mastery. Right? Imagine walking into that room where maybe in the past you felt small, you felt inferior, you felt self-conscious, you felt less than confident, you just felt like, oh, do I even belong here? Imposter syndrome. Imagine you could walk into that room today and you could feel like you own the room. Like, like you just feel so comfortable in your own skin. Imagine what that would be like, whether that's in that room or on a date or with a certain person or with authority figures or the boss, whatever it might be. Imagine what that would feel like if you could show up uninhibited, unapologetic, just you, like pure, comfortable, confident in your own skin. Yeah, that's who you really are. That's who you really are. All the other stuff, that's just programming. And we got to get rid of that. It's the programming that holds people back from being their best self. And then we humans call it, I feel stuck. I feel lazy. Why do I keep procrastinating? What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. What's wrong is that there's a program that is running your life, ruining your life, running the show, and you're not in the driver's seat. That program is in the driver's seat. That's what's wrong. And that we got to change. And if and when you're ready for that, I'm here for that. And remember, even after just one session, that's the whole point. I want you to see how powerful you are. That's the whole point. Even after just one session, you will begin to notice a shift inside of you, which will then show you how powerful you are. That no, you don't need more motivation, willpower, self-discipline. You just need a little bit of that to kickstart you. That's all. The rest is going to be effortless and easy because you will finally, you can't fix what you don't understand. And you can't thrive if you are stuck in survival mode. And you can't access your resources if they're buried under a lot of stress. We gotta get rid of that so that you can have access to it. Make sense? That's how magical you are. I'll see you next time.